Okay, so here we've got an MM55, and we're just going to do a simple service on it. So first thing we want to do is make sure it's running. So pull that over to choke. We'll prime it 5 times. Pull. Okay, and once it coughs like that, you want to make sure you take it off a choke. Don't pull it again after that, or you're going to flood it. So. All right, so seems like it's running good. So what we're going to do, we're going to change the spark plug, the fuel filter, and the air filter. Pretty simple. First thing we want to do is remove this cover. And air filter, it's not horrible, but it's not great. If you can see the part number there, 4134141030. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll put that in the comments. Okay, and then to change the fuel filter, you're going to have to pull the carburetor off. If you can get it there. It's just an 8mm socket. That's all you need. Get that one in there. I gotta go get a thin wall. Okay, so you pull that off. Then you remove your fuel lines. And then what you got to do from here is you pull these fuel lines out. Just get a little screwdriver down in there and pry it out. Pull this little gasket out of the way so we don't ruin it. Then we just pull that out. Okay, and then the fuel filter part number is 000-350-3502. So that's the fuel filter, the Stihl part number for that. So we'll just stick it back on there, and then you've got a little arrow right here. You can't really see it here, but you've got a little arrow. It goes towards the engine, or in other words, the longer of the 2 hoses goes up that way. All right. So we're just going to pop that back in. Kind of tuck it down there with your little screwdriver until it's all the way in, like so. Then you're ready to put the carb back on. So I just put the gasket on first. Put your gasket in. That could have been bad. So you put your carb back on. Put this back up underneath there. There's a little hole that lines up in these. Usually don't fall out, but sometimes they do. And then we hook up our fuel or throttle cable. All right. Put that back on. So that's how you change the fuel filter. And then we'll get the spark plug. Just pull the boot off with some pliers, some boot pliers. Then you just use a scrunch or 19mm socket. And the spark plug is the Bosch WSR 6F. It'll tell you right down here on this little lip right here, WSR 6F. And then the air filter right there. And voila, that's how you do a service on an MM55. The engine is similar to a lot of the trimmers, FS55, FS45s, anything that has an engine that looks like this, the same way. You got to pull the carb off to get that fuel filter out. Air filter will vary. Spark plug's usually the same, but this is basically a string trimmer engine on a little cultivator. So it's basically the same concept on the trimmer. So hope you enjoyed watching. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. Be sure you hit like, subscribe to my channel, share my videos. And till next time, see you later.